Hey there, coin collectors and enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have something incredible to talk about. The 2016 P5 coin, better known as the 2016 nickel. Now, I know what you're thinking. A nickel from 2016 worth millions? Well, not just any nickel, but if you have a certain rare version of this coin, it could be worth an astounding $175 million. Yes, you heard me right. $175 million. Sounds too good to be true? Stick around, because we're diving deep into the history, value, and the incredible rarity behind this modern-day treasure. Let's get started. At first glance, the 2016 nickel may seem like just another ordinary coin. It features Thomas Jefferson on the front and the Monticello on the reverse, a design that's been around since 1938. Nothing unusual there, right? Well, the 2016 nickel holds a bit more historical weight than you might think. It was the first time in over 75 years that the Philadelphia Mint marked a nickel with a P mint mark. That's a big deal in the world of coins, but this is only the beginning of the story. So why does this particular 2016 nickel have such an incredible value? The reason is rooted in a rare minting error, a mistake that, in some cases, has turned this coin into a $1 million treasure. But before we talk about the error, let's briefly discuss the history of the 2016 nickel itself. Coin collectors, or numismatists, are well aware of the significance of the 2016 nickel. For nearly 75 years, U.S. nickels did not feature a P mint mark, which is exclusive to coins made in the Philadelphia Mint. The mint mark was placed on the coin as part of a special bicentennial celebration of Thomas Jefferson's death in 1826. This was a special year for U.S. coinage, and while the design didn't change, the addition of the P added a unique element to the coinage of that year. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Normally, this 2016 nickel would be worth just 5 cents, its face value. But what happens when a mint error occurs during the striking process? That's when the value of a coin can skyrocket. In the case of the 2016 nickel, the error that's making it worth millions is an extreme off-center strike. An off-center strike happens when a blank piece of metal, called a planchet, isn't properly aligned in the minting press. This results in the design being imprinted off-center on the coin. For a typical coin, this would cause the design to be slightly askew, but for the 2016 nickel, some of the errors were so extreme that part of the coin was missing completely, leaving a coin that was nearly half blank on one side. This type of error is incredibly rare and makes the coin highly valuable. Here's the crazy part. Extreme off-center strikes are highly coveted by coin collectors. In fact, one such error on a 2016 nickel recently sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $175 million. Yes, that's right. $175 million for a coin that has no more than 5 cents as its face value. But the rarity and extreme nature of the error make this one of the most valuable coins in modern history. Why would a minting error like this be worth so much? Well, it's all about rarity and demand. The U.S. Mint produces billions of coins every year, and most of them are pretty much identical. So, when an error occurs, especially one as extreme as an off-center strike that removes part of the design, it's a collector's dream. Imagine owning a coin that's literally a one-of-a-kind piece of history. There's no other coin like it in the world. That's what makes this 2016 nickel so valuable. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare error coins? Well, let's break it down. First and foremost, you need to carefully examine the design. Look for signs of misalignment, where part of the design is missing or where the image has been cut off. An off-center strike can leave part of the coin with no design at all. Pay attention to the rim of the coin as well. If you notice that the edge of the coin isn't uniform, it could be a sign that it was struck off center. Another thing to check is the overall condition of the coin. The more pristine the coin is, the more valuable it will be. A mint state coin, one that has little to no wear or damage, is worth much more than a heavily circulated one. And if the off-center strike is particularly extreme, like the one that sold for $175 million, then you could be looking at a coin worth a fortune. If you think you might have found an error coin, the next step is to get it professionally graded. Grading is essential in determining the authenticity and value of a rare coin. There are reputable grading companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, that will evaluate the condition and mint error of your coin. The grade assigned by these professionals can greatly influence its price. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Once your coin is graded, it's time to consider selling it. If you have one of these rare 2016 P nickels with an off-center strike, it could be worth millions on the open market. Some of these coins are sold at major coin auctions, such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, where collectors from all over the world gather to bid on rare treasures. The $175 million price tag for the extreme off-center strike coin is a record, but it's not completely out of the question for a similar coin to fetch a comparable amount. So, the next time you go through your change, remember that every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can make you a fortune. The 2016 P nickel might just look like any other modern coin, but if you find one with a rare minting error, you could be holding on to a $175 million treasure. Who would have thought that a simple 5-cent coin could be worth so much? Thanks so much for joining me today on this journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare mint errors, coin collecting, and how to spot valuable coins, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Who knows? Your next coin find might just make you a millionaire. Until next time, happy coin hunting and best of luck out there. Next. Today, we have a very special story for you that's going to blow your mind. Imagine going through your change and discovering a coin worth $177 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's exactly what some lucky coin collectors have stumbled upon. The 2012 D 5-cent coin, also known as the 2012 D nickel. It's a coin that may seem like a regular nickel at first glance, but due to a rare minting error, it could be worth an astounding $177 million. Stick with us as we dive into the fascinating history, value, and incredible rarity of this amazing coin. At first glance, the 2012 D nickel looks like just another everyday coin, right? We've all seen it before. Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello, his home, on the back. The D mint mark indicates that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the primary mints for U.S. coins. However, there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. In fact, this coin has one of the rarest and most valuable minting errors in recent history, and we're going to tell you exactly why it's worth such an insane amount of money. Let's take a closer look at the 2012 D nickel. As you can see, it has the classic Jefferson obverse and the Monticello reverse. It's made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a face value of just 5 cents. So far, nothing too exciting, right? But what happens when a rare minting error occurs? That's when things get really interesting. First, let's understand a bit about how coins are made. Every year, the U.S. Mint strikes billions of coins, each one carefully pressed by a coin die. The design is transferred onto the blank planchet, which is then struck with high pressure to produce a final coin. But occasionally, something goes wrong during the minting process, and an error occurs. These errors are rare and often highly valuable. In the case of the 2012 D nickel, we're talking about a very specific and incredibly rare error that sent its value soaring to $177 million. One of the most significant errors in coin minting is the double die error. This happens when a coin is struck multiple times with the same die, causing the design to be doubled on the coin. This effect can appear on the lettering, numbers, or even images. In the case of the 2012 D nickel, some coins were struck with such precision that both the obverse and reverse sides of the coin had a double die impression. Essentially, you could see two versions of Jefferson's face, two Monticellos, and even double mint marks all on the same coin. Now, here's where things get even more exciting. Not every 2012 D nickel has this error. In fact, only a handful of these double die error coins were produced, making them extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. When these coins surfaced, they caught the eye of both professional numismatists and collectors, and as the demand grew, so did their value. Why are coins with double die errors so valuable? Well, first and foremost, it's about rarity. The U.S. Mint produces billions of coins every year, but minting errors like this happen extremely infrequently. When an error like this occurs, it creates a one-of-a-kind coin, and that's exactly what coin collectors are looking for. The 2012 D nickel with a double die error is not just a coin, it's a piece of history. And history, as they say, is worth a lot. Now, let's talk about what happened when a 2012 D double die nickel was sold at auction. The coin was graded by a professional grading company, which confirmed the double die error and assessed the coin's condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. And this particular 2012 D nickel was graded as MS69, meaning it was in nearly perfect condition. That's when the bidding went through the roof. In an auction held by one of the top coin auction houses, the coin sold for an incredible $177 million. For those of you who are wondering, grading is a critical step when determining the value of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being the highest possible grade. Coins that are graded MS69, like this 2012 D double die nickel, are considered near perfect, meaning they have minimal wear, no major scratches, and no discoloration. This pristine condition made the coin even more valuable at auction, and the high bidding ultimately led to that $177 million price tag. So how can you tell if you have a 2012 D nickel with a double die error? First, you want to look closely at the date. The numbers in 2012 might appear doubled or misaligned. Also, check the word liberty and the phrase "in God we trust." These are often the first places the doubling appears. Pay special attention to the mint mark too. If you notice two mint marks or a distorted D, it could be a sign that you've found an error coin. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a closer look. If you notice a clear doubling of the lettering or numbers, then you might have a rare and valuable double die error on your hands. Once you've identified a potential double die error coin, it's important to get it professionally graded by a reputable grading company. Companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, will assess your coin and assign it a grade. This grading process can help determine the coin's value and whether it's worth pursuing for sale or auction. Now, if you find one of these rare 2012 D double die nickels and it's graded highly, you could be looking at a fortune. There are numerous auction houses and online platforms that specialize in selling rare coins, and many collectors are constantly on the lookout for coins like this. Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are just a couple of examples of auction houses that have seen these types of coins reach astronomical prices. So, to recap, The 2012 D5-cent coin is far more than just a nickel. It's a potential $177 million treasure for lucky collectors who happen upon one with a double die error. The rarity of these coins, combined with the exceptional condition of the ones that have been found, makes them highly valuable. If you're lucky enough to find one, be sure to get it graded, and you might just have $1 million coin on your hands. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and how to spot them, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Who knows? You could be the next person to discover a hidden gem in your pocket change. Until next time, happy coin hunting and good luck with your collections. Next today, we're talking about a 5-cent coin that might be sitting in your change jar right now. But here's the kicker. It could be worth a jaw-dropping $38 million. Yes, you heard that right. The 2060 5-cent coin, also known as the 2060 nickel, has a history that includes one of the rarest minting errors ever recorded. Stick with us, because we're going to dive deep into the value, the history, and the incredible rarity of this amazing coin that could make you a millionaire. Let's get started. At first glance, the 2060 nickel doesn't look all that special. It features Thomas Jefferson on the front, with his famous home, Monticello, on the back. The D mint mark tells us it was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the key mints in the United States. It's a coin we see all the time in our everyday transactions, with a face value of just 5 cents. But this particular nickel holds a hidden secret, and that secret could be worth millions. Let's talk about why this seemingly ordinary coin is a collector's dream. To understand why the 2060 nickel could be worth a fortune, let's first talk a bit about how coins are made. The U.S. Mint produces billions of coins each year, and most of them are created without any issues. The design of the coin is stamped onto a planchet, a flat piece of metal, using a coin die. But every now and then, an error happens in the minting process, and a coin ends up with something unique, something that makes it extremely valuable. Minting errors can happen for a variety of reasons, such as misalignment, double die impressions, or even overstrikes. But the error that occurred with the 2006 D nickel is one of the rarest and most valuable. We're talking about a double die error, one of the most sought-after mistakes among coin collectors. Let me explain exactly what a double die error is, and why it makes this coin worth millions. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck more than once with the same die, creating a doubled impression of the design. In most cases, this happens because the die was struck twice, but slightly misaligned. This results in doubling of the lettering, numbers, and sometimes even the images on the coin. It's most noticeable on the date and inscriptions, but on rare occasions, it affects the entire coin, including the image of Thomas Jefferson and Monticello on the reverse. Now, the 2060 nickel with a double die error is so rare that only a handful of them were ever produced. These coins have a doubling effect that is so distinct, it's almost impossible to miss. Whether you look at the year 2006 or the word Liberty, you'll notice that the design appears twice. The D mint mark also shows doubling. This kind of error is incredibly rare, and the few examples that have been found have fetched astronomical prices at auctions. So, how did these double die 2060 nickels become worth so much? It all comes down to the rarity and condition of these coins. As you might imagine, minting errors like this don't happen every day. In fact, the number of 2060 nickels with a double die error is so limited that collectors are willing to pay tens of millions of dollars for them. In one famous auction, a 2060 nickel with a double die error was sold for $38 million. Yes, $38 million. This sale took place at one of the top coin auctions in the world, where collectors and investors from all over the globe bid on rare coins. The $38 million price tag was driven by the coin's condition, its rarity, and the demand for unique, error-filled coins. When such a perfect example surfaces, it's no surprise that it reaches such an astronomical price. If you find a 2006 D nickel that you suspect might have a double die error, the next step is to get it professionally graded. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A coin that's graded MS69, which means it's in near-perfect condition, could sell for millions at auction. Grading companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, will assess the condition of the coin, the extent of the error, and its overall quality. Now, let's talk about how to spot the double die error on a 2006 D nickel. First, take a close look at the date. If you notice that the numbers in 2006 seem doubled, or there's a shadow effect around the digits, you might have an error coin. Next, check the word Liberty. If it appears to have extra lines or doubling, that's another clue. And don't forget the mint mark. If it's doubled or misaligned, you could have found a true rare gem. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to carefully inspect your 2006 D nickel. If you see clear doubling of the lettering, numbers, or images, you may have just found yourself a valuable coin. But remember, the rarity of the error is just one part of the equation. The condition of the coin is just as important in determining its value. If you think you've found a 2006 D nickel with a double die error, what should you do next? The best course of action is to have the coin professionally graded. Once it's graded, you can either sell it to a coin dealer or auction it off at one of the many coin auction houses that specialize in rare and valuable coins. Companies like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are well known for selling high-end coins and can help you get top dollar for your rare find. To recap, the 2006 D 5-cent coin with a double die error is one of the most valuable and rare coins in the world today. If you find one of these, especially in perfect condition, you could be looking at a $38 million treasure. Remember to look for the doubling in the date, lettering, and mint mark. And once you find it, be sure to get it professionally graded. Who knows, you might be the next person to make a life-changing discovery. Thanks for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting content on rare coins and collectibles. And if you've ever found a rare coin, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your discoveries. Until next time, happy coin hunting and good luck with your collection. Last, if you're a coin enthusiast or just someone who loves learning about rare treasures, you're in for a real treat today. Have you ever thought about the possibility that a simple 5-cent coin could be worth millions? It sounds unbelievable, but today, we're talking about the 2013 D 5-cent coin, a nickel that's making waves in the world of numismatics. Due to an incredibly rare minting error, this coin could be worth an eye-popping $70 million. That's right, $70 million. Stick around, because you won't believe how this seemingly ordinary nickel is making coin collectors go wild. Let's dive in. Let's take a closer look at the 2013 D 5-cent coin, also known as the 2013 D nickel. At first glance, it looks just like any other nickel, right? It features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. The D mint mark tells us it was produced at the Denver Mint. It's made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, just like other nickels we see in circulation. It has a face value of 5 cents, but this coin is no ordinary nickel. There's something hidden beneath the surface that makes it worth millions. Now, before we get into the details of why this coin is worth so much, let's briefly talk about how coins are made. The U.S. Mint strikes billions of coins each year, and most of them are produced without any issues. A coin die is used to strike a design onto a blank piece of metal, called a planchet, and this process results in the coin we hold in our hands. However, occasionally, something goes wrong during this process, leading to minting errors. These errors can cause a coin to be misstruck or have a flawed design, which makes it more unique and valuable. And that's where things get really interesting with the 2013 nickel. The error we're focusing on today is known as a die cap error. This occurs when a coin die becomes stuck to a planchet, which then creates a buildup of metal around the die, resulting in an extremely rare and unusual error. This error happens when the die strikes the coin with such force that some of the metal spills over the edge and creates an impression on the surface. This die cap error can cause some strikingly unique features in the coin, and it's exactly what gives the 2013 nickel its massive value. So what exactly does a die cap error look like? In simple terms, it's a coin that has an extra layer of metal around the design, sometimes forming a raised lip or rim that's out of place. It can also distort the image on the coin, making it appear smudged, misaligned, or partial. Because of the rarity of this kind of minting error, coins with die cap errors can fetch prices that are far beyond their original face value. Here, we have a 2013 nickel with a die cap error. As you can see, the edge of the coin has a raised, distorted lip, which is characteristic of a die cap error. Not only is the Monticello design on the reverse slightly distorted, but there's also a visible buildup of metal that causes the coin to look different from a typical nickel. The date 2013 and the mint mark D also show unusual characteristics, almost like they were pressed too hard into the planchet. This rare defect turns what would otherwise be a standard nickel into a highly valuable coin. Now, the big question is, why is the 2013 nickel with a die cap error worth so much? Well, it's all about rarity. Minting errors like this don't happen very often. In fact, there have been only a handful of these coins reported, and most of them are kept in private collections. When these coins do surface, they attract the attention of professional numismatists and collectors who are willing to pay big money for such rare specimens. The 2013 nickel with a die cap error has become one of the most sought-after error coins of the decade, and that demand has driven the price to an astounding $70 million. When it comes to rare coins, the condition plays a huge role in determining the value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A coin in mint state MS, which means it's in pristine condition, will be worth significantly more than one that's worn or damaged. The 2013 nickel with the die cap error that sold for $70 million was graded MS69, meaning it was nearly flawless, with only the die cap error making it stand out. Now, if you think you might have found a 2013 nickel with a die cap error, it's important to get the coin professionally graded. Companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, are the gold standard in coin grading. They'll examine your coin under high magnification and assign a grade based on its condition and unique features, like the die cap error. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. If you think you found a 2013 nickel with a die cap error, congratulations. But now comes the important part. What do you do next? First, you'll want to get the coin professionally graded to ensure its value is properly assessed. Once you've done that, you can either sell it to a reputable coin dealer or auction it off at a coin auction house. Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are two top auction houses that specialize in rare coins and have handled record-breaking sales of error coins in the past. For all you budding coin collectors out there, The 2013 nickel serves as a reminder of the incredible potential that lies in every piece of change we carry. Coins with rare errors can make you a lot of money, but it's important to be patient and thorough when searching for them. The key is knowing what to look for and how to identify coins that might have been overlooked by others. To recap, the 2013 5-cent coin with a die cap error is one of the rarest and most valuable coins in existence today. If you find one, especially if it's in mint condition, you could be sitting on a $70 million treasure. If you ever come across a coin like this, be sure to get it graded and hold on to it. It could very well be your ticket to a small fortune. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more videos about rare finds, coin collecting tips, and everything numismatic. Who knows? The next big treasure might be right in your pocket. Until next time, happy hunting, and good luck with your collections.